Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, family and friends. We are back again. So, I like to start this one off by saying, I'm not psychic, but I do make some very good guesses. And lo and behold, you remember the other day, a couple of days ago, when I said, hey, you know what, MAGA? Here's a new conspiracy theory for you. And I mentioned that the dude, the social media personality, that the person that benefited most from his passing was his spouse. and again, I just said it's just a conspiracy theory to introduce to the MAGA folks and see what happens. Lo and behold, yesterday, it was glorious and hilarious at the same time, because none other than Candace Owens, the Dark Queen herself, suggested something similar. She said, she used the word regicide, which what regicide is back in the day when you had, in England, you had a king. You know, the oldest brother became king or was the prince, and his younger brother or younger sister offed him in order to get that title. That's what regicide means, basically. So I just find that interesting. Now, I'm not saying that she got it from me. I'm not saying anything at all. I just find it interesting that I said it first. Okay? Anyway, on to the main topic. The government shutdown. So, the government shutdown, a lot of services or things are not going to be open, or they're going to be scaled back. Some people are working, they're not getting their paychecks. A lot of services like Social Security, food stamps, Section 8 housing, a lot of things are going to be affected. But here's the problem that I have. Is that it's called a violation of the Hatch Act, which is some law that says you cannot be a government official and use your position for political means. But on every government website, it says services are being affected because of Democrats. Services are being affected because radical Democrat, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's a violation. You can't use those government sites for political means, okay? Also, it's a lie. All right? Now, here's why it's a lie. Currently, right now, all three branches of government are controlled by Republicans. And they have not only the court systems, not only the Congress, they have Senate and the House majorities, and they have the office of the president. They have all three branches of government under Republican control. And you're telling me that you're blaming somebody else for your screw up? You're telling me you've got the art of the deal maker, this great negotiator, and he can't get 10 people to sign on to what you want to do? That's all it takes. Their majority is their majority in Congress and the Senate. They only need 10 Democrats. It might only be 5 or 8, but I'm going to say 10. They only need 10 Democrats to vote with them. That's it. And they can't get that. So it's what you're proposing is so bad that you can't even get 10 people to agree to it. That's what you're saying. You're saying that it's Democrats, but you only need 10 votes. You only need 10 people. I'm going to tell you what it's about. Okay, I'm going to tell you what it's really about. What it's really about is Medicare and Medicaid. Okay, because in the big bill there are cuts to Medicare and Medicaid. These cuts are going to go to help give tax breaks to rich people. Now, what Democrats are saying is, hey, you're already cutting these programs. There are subsidies, government subsidies that go to these programs right now that are about to expire. And Democrats are saying we're not going to authorize, or we're not going to agree to any funding that doesn't reapply those subsidies going forward. That's really it. So Democrats are fighting for you and me, and the reason Republicans don't care about it is because all the rich people and donors that they have private insurance. They don't need Medicare and Medicaid. They've got private doctors and private insurance, so they don't care what happens to folks in rural America. They don't care. They don't care about the people in their red states whose hospitals, they've had hospitals that had to close because of cuts to Medicare and Medicaid. And now they're going to allow these subsidies to expire. Democrats are saying, no. There's gonna be a lot of people that are hurt by this. We can't agree to that. Democrats are trying to protect you, MAGA folks, Republic. They're trying to protect you. Okay, because the Democrat states like California and New York, they don't really need the subsidies from the government. They make enough money. They don't need the subsidies from the government to keep running their hospitals and Medicare and Medicaid. It's nice, but they don't need it. They don't have to have it. Not like places like Arkansas and Oklahoma. They need it, and they're about to not get it. Okay, so that's number one. Now, in my mind, that's a great thing. That's a great thing to dig your heels in for. But if it were me, I would tell Democrats, not only do you want those subsidies for Medicare and Medicaid, but you also want the full release of the Epstein files. Booyah! I said it. I did it. I said it first. Put it on wax. Record it. Take a picture of it. I think that they should not only be sticking their guns for the Medicare and Medicaid, but they should also dig in and say, we want full access to the Epstein files. Anyway, thank you guys for watching my video, and have a good afternoon.